Falls kill over 36,000 adults over 65 every year, and research shows that 4 common vegetables you probably eat regularly are quietly weakening your joints and destroying your balance. If you're over 70 and dealing with morning stiffness, afternoon aches, or feeling unsteady on your feet, the problem might be sitting right in your kitchen. Today, I'm showing you exactly which 4 vegetables are silently causing inflammation and restricting blood flow in aging bodies. Plus, the 4 that peer-reviewed studies prove can actually strengthen your joints and improve circulation. You'll know exactly what to stop eating and what to add to your plate starting today. I want to start with something a viewer named Dorothy shared with me. She is 72, lives in Ohio, and was eating what she believed was a perfectly healthy diet, lots of vegetables, light meals, nothing processed. But for 2 years, she had been struggling with stiff knees every morning, aching ankles by afternoon, and a new unsteadiness on her feet that frightened her. When she finally looked carefully at what she was eating most often, she found 3 of the vegetables I am going to show you today. And when she removed them within 6 weeks, the stiffness began to ease. Dorothy's story is not unusual, and today I want to make sure you have the same information she now has. In this video, I am going to show you 4 vegetables that have been scientifically shown to reduce inflammation, protect your joints, and support the circulation that keeps your legs strong. And 4 vegetables common ones you may be eating right now that research suggests can quietly accelerate joint damage, restrict blood flow, and increase your risk of dangerous falls. Stay with me to the end, because the 4th harmful vegetable, the one I reveal last, is the one that surprises my viewers most. Most people would never guess it. Protective vegetable. Number 1, broccoli. Let's begin with the first of your 4 protective vegetables. And this one works like a natural anti-inflammatory shield, directly targeting the joint pain and leg weakness that affects so many adults over 65. Broccoli contains a compound called sulforaphane. Think of it this way: every time chronic inflammation builds up inside your joints, that quiet fire that makes knees stiff, ankles ache, and legs feel heavy. Sulforaphane works like a fire extinguisher at the cellular level. Research has shown that sulforaphane can block a key enzyme responsible for joint cartilage destruction in arthritis. In studies of older adults, regular broccoli consumption was associated with measurably lower levels of inflammatory markers in the blood. Beyond joint protection, broccoli is one of the richest vegetable sources of vitamin K, a nutrient critical for bone density after 65. Stronger bones mean a dramatically lower chance that a stumble becomes a fracture. And for circulation, the blood flow that keeps your legs and feet alive and responsive. Sulforaphane has been shown to support the health of small blood vessels in the extremities. Better circulation to your legs means better balance, better sensation in your feet, and more confident steps. Here is something most people miss. How you prepare broccoli matters enormously. Boiling it until soft destroys up to 60% of its sulforaphane. But while broccoli is working to protect your joints, there is another very common vegetable that may be doing the exact opposite, quietly inflaming those same joints from the inside. Harmful vegetable, number 1, eggplant. Now let's look at the first vegetable. I recommend most older adults limit or remove entirely from their regular meals. Eggplant. It looks harmless, low in calories, colorful, often praised as a healthy choice. But for adults over 65, particularly those already dealing with joint pain, stiffness, or arthritis, eggplant may be quietly making things worse. Eggplant belongs to the nightshade family and contains a natural compound called solanine. In individuals sensitive to nightshade compounds, and this sensitivity becomes more common with age, solanine has been associated with increased joint inflammation, muscle stiffness, and worsening arthritis symptoms. Here is what makes this particularly dangerous for older adults. The effects are not immediate. You do not feel a sharp pain after dinner. Instead, over days and weeks of regular consumption, inflammation builds quietly in the joints in the knees, in the ankles, in the hips, slowly reducing your range of motion and increasing your fall risk. And preparation does not solve the problem. Solanine is heat stable. It survives baking, grilling, and stewing. For seniors who are already managing arthritis or joint sensitivity, the safer path is simply to replace eggplant with one of the protective vegetables I am showing you today. If you eat eggplant occasionally and have no joint symptoms, this may not be a significant concern for you. But if you are experiencing stiffness, pain, or mobility issues, and now let's bring in your second protective vegetable. This one goes beyond joints. It targets the blood flow to your muscles and brain in a way that can change how you feel every single day. Protective vegetable number 2, spinach. Your second protective vegetable is one that most people underestimate. They see it as a salad green. But for adults over 65, spinach is one of the most powerful circulation and muscle support foods available, and it works through a mechanism that begins within hours of eating it. Spinach is rich in natural nitrates, not the artificial kind, but plant-based compounds that your body converts into nitric oxide. And nitric oxide is one of the most important molecules for healthy aging. Nitric oxide signals your blood vessels to relax and widen. For older adults, where circulation to the legs and feet naturally declines with age, this effect is significant. Studies have shown that dietary nitrates from leafy greens can improve blood flow to working muscles, reduce exercise-related fatigue, and support steadier, stronger movement in older adults. But spinach also protects something equally important, your mind. It contains lutein, a compound that has been shown in long-term research to support memory, processing speed, and cognitive clarity as we age. Or none. 11 years. From a handful of greens is fine, but boiled to gray loses much of what makes it valuable. Now the second vegetable I want you to be careful with. This one is especially deceptive because it is widely considered one of the healthiest foods you can eat. But for older adults with specific vulnerabilities, the story is more complicated. Harmful vegetable number 2, green bell peppers. Here is the irony I see in so many seniors' diets. They carefully avoid junk food. They eat vegetables. They try to do everything right. And then, one of the foods they trust most is quietly contributing to the very problems they are trying to prevent. Green bell peppers are one of the most popular vegetables in American kitchens. And if you switch to red, orange, or yellow peppers, fully ripened versions of the same plant, those are actually beneficial. But the green, unripened version is different. And for older adults with joint sensitivity or digestive fragility, the difference matters. Green bell peppers are high in lectins, complex proteins found in many plant foods. In individuals with sensitive digestive systems, which becomes increasingly common after age 65, lectins can interfere with the gut lining and trigger a low-grade inflammatory response that is easy to miss but gradually damaging. That inflammation does not always the foundation of fall prevention. The solution here is simple and delicious. Swap green bell peppers for their fully ripened counterparts, red, orange, or yellow. These contain the same vegetable, but with significantly higher antioxidant content, lower lectin activity, and a far more protective nutritional profile for aging joints and circulation. Now let's move to your third protective vegetable, and this one is new to most people's health vocabulary. But the science behind it is remarkably strong, especially for circulation and leg strength in older adults. Protective vegetable. Number 3, beets. Your third protective vegetable may be one you have not thought much about, but in the world of senior circulation health, beets have become one of the most researched and most validated foods for older adults, and the results are genuinely impressive. Beets are one of the most concentrated natural sources of dietary nitrates found in any vegetable. Just like spinach, they trigger your body to produce nitric oxide, that critical molecule that relaxes and widens blood vessels. But beets are especially powerful for circulation to the lower body. A clinical study found that older adults who consumed beet juice showed significantly improved blood flow to their leg muscles during physical activity and better muscle efficiency with less fatigue. For seniors, this is not a minor benefit. When blood flow to your legs improves, your muscles receive more oxygen. They respond faster, fatigue less quickly, and support better balance and coordination. The risk of losing your footing on stairs, on uneven ground, in a hurry goes down. To the extremities in
Beets
adults
also
over
contain
65. You do not need beet juice that can be high in sugar. The best approach: roast beets with a little olive oil and salt until tender, about 45 minutes at 400 degrees. Or shred raw beet into a salad. Even 2 to 3 servings per week can deliver meaningful circulatory benefit. And now, the third vegetable I want you to approach with real caution. Unlike the others, this one carries the strongest emotional weight. It is woven into some of the most comforting memories of American life, and that is exactly what makes it so easy to overlook. Harmful vegetable number 3, white potatoes. Because for adults over 65, the impact on circulation and joint health is significant. White potatoes have a glycemic index of approximately 78 to 85, making them one of the highest glycemic whole foods you can eat. That means they cause a rapid and significant spike in blood sugar shortly after eating. And in the long term, repeated blood sugar spikes cause measurable damage to the walls of your blood vessels, particularly the small vessels that supply your legs, your feet, and your joints. As those vessels become inflamed and stiffened over time, blood flow to your lower body declines. Less circulation means slower healing, reduced sensation in the feet, weaker muscle response, and a significantly higher risk of falls. Over time, the stiffening can progress into full arterial hardening, which further restricts leg circulation and can contribute to cramps, numbness, and cold feet that many seniors accept as simply part of aging. It is not. It is a consequence that diet can significantly influence. The solution is not deprivation, it is substitution. Sweet potatoes have a glycemic index approximately 30% lower than white potatoes, and they contain powerful antioxidants that actively protect blood vessels. Cauliflower mashed with a little butter and garlic is another satisfying alternative that delivers comfort without the glycemic burden. And stay with me, because the final harmful vegetable is the one that surprises people the most. Most seniors would never suspect it. Protective vegetable number 4, carrots. Your fourth protective vegetable is one that has been trusted for generations, and the science confirms that the trust is well placed. Carrots offer a combination of benefits that is uniquely valuable for older adults. They protect vision, they support the nerve-muscle connection that controls your balance, and they help stabilize blood sugar. Let's start with vision, because for seniors, clear sight is not just about comfort. It is directly connected to fall prevention. Your balance system relies heavily on visual input. When vision weakens, your brain receives less reliable information about where your body is in space, and your fall risk increases, even if your legs feel strong. Carrots are one of the richest sources of beta-carotene, which your body converts into vitamin A, essential for maintaining the cells of the retina. Research carrots also protect your balance through a different pathway. The antioxidants in carrots help preserve the health of the peripheral nerves, the nerves that run from your spinal cord down to your feet and tell your brain exactly where your body is positioned. Healthy nerves mean faster, more reliable communication between your feet and your brain. That translates to steadier steps and quicker recovery when your balance is challenged. 1 to 2 carrots a day, raw or lightly steamed. Shredded into a salad, sliced as a snack with a little hummus, or blended into a smoothie. Simple, consistent, and protective. Now your fourth and final harmful vegetable, and I want to say this clearly. This is the one most of my viewers do not see coming. It is common, it is considered a vegetable, it appears in healthy-looking dishes, and yet for adults over 65 managing joint inflammation and circulation, it may be one of the most consistently overlooked sources of harm. Harmful vegetable number 4. Corn, the fourth vegetable, may be the one that surprises you most. It appears at summer cookouts, holiday dinners, and in hundreds of side dishes across America. It is sweet, familiar, and widely considered a healthy whole food. But for older adults managing joint inflammation and circulation issues, corn is worth a much harder look. Here is the core issue. Corn is very high in omega-6 fatty acids relative to omega-3 fatty acids. Corn is also starchy and high glycemic in many of its common forms, particularly canned corn, with added sugar, creamed corn, corn tortillas, and corn-based processed foods. Like white potatoes, this contributes to the blood sugar spikes that damage small blood vessels over time. This does not mean one ear of corn at a summer cookout will harm you. The concern is regular, frequent consumption corn as a go-to side dish, corn-based snacks, corn oils used in cooking, which creates a cumulative inflammatory burden that works directly against the joint and circulatory health you are working to protect. Replace corn with colorful, low-glycemic vegetables, roasted red peppers, steamed green beans, sautéed zucchini, or the beets and carrots we discussed today. Each of these offers strong anti-inflammatory support without the omega-6 burden. The good news, and this is the part I want you to hold on to, is that food is one of the most powerful levers you have. You do not need a prescription to change what you put on your plate. You need information, and now you have it. I think about Dorothy from Ohio sometimes, about what it meant to her, not just to have less pain in her knees, but to feel safe going down the stairs again, to stop reaching for the railing out of fear. That is what this is really about, not vegetables, not inflammation markers, not glycemic indexes. It is about the walk you take every morning, the drive to your grandchild's school play, the confidence to say yes when someone asks if you want to come along. Every meal is a decision about the future. Every bite is a vote for strength or for struggle. And the beautiful thing about that truth is that you get to vote again tomorrow. And the day after that. You have earned the years ahead of you. You deserve to move through them with strength, with clarity, and with the independence that makes them worth living. These small choices, what you reach for at the grocery store, what you set aside, are not small at all. They are how you take care of the life you have been given. Before you go, I want to hear from you. Which of these 8 vegetables surprised you most? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one, and your answer genuinely shapes what I cover next right now. And if thank you for watching all the way to the end, it means more than you know. Take good care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one.